Well, my boss, that umbrella guy, let me just say I love that umbrella guy, is at it again. This time he's going off, and while I do commend him for it, he's going off on DragonCon, which is Atlanta's Labor Day anime convention. They have at least 3 anime weekends down hot on the Bash Street in the whole USA in Atlanta, GA. Weekend Atlanta, which is usually winter to spring, MomoCon, which is Memorial Day weekend, and DragonCon, which is Labor Day weekend. Now, what's he going off on? And what I would go off on if I hadn't been so numb to it at this point and had kind of expected it. DragonCon has banned Vic Mignogna, put Vic Mignogna on the blacklist, i.e. they're never going to invite him back for his pedophilia, and I use that term loosely. The hypocrisy and irony in all this is that the head of the con himself is a convicted pedophile. And one of the main staffies, Miss Dominique Sky, is a known adulteress. See, in my rants about her and her relationship with Sabat, and you'll know in my Sky Sabat rant, my rant against Dominique Sky after her Twitter account got suspended, and my rant against Sabat, where I basically called the latter out on his relationship with the former behind his wife Tabitha's back. And I know I'm being a dead horse saying this, but woe to you, teachers of the law and Pharisees, you hypocrites. You clean the outside of the cup and dish, but inside you are full of greed and self-indulgence. Blind Pharisees, first clean the inside of the cup and dish, and then the outside will be clean. You're like whitewashed. Woe to you, teachers of the law and Pharisees, you hypocrites, for you are like whitewashed tombs, beautiful and clean on the outside, but within full of dead men's bones and all sorts of corruption. Matthew 23:25 through 27. And if you want to add 28, just as on the outside you appear to people as righteous, but on the inside you're full of hypocrisy and wickedness. Snakes, brood of vipers, how do you hope to escape being condemned to hell? 33 of the book of Matthew. And you're wondering why I'm probably not going to get busted as much as, say, Tug, or be put on a censorship list as much as, say, Tug, my boss, or Flash, or Hero, or Sammy, or what have you. Well, it's because to these bigwig celebrities, no point in going after a small fry. To them, I'm just a voice who can be stomped on like a bug. Mars Girl tried to do it to me in June, but she didn't keep me quiet for long. But she didn't keep me silent for long. So what should be done about DragonCon? Well, for one thing, get rid of the corruption at the top of the heap. The top of the trash heap. I.e., get rid of the pedophilic operator, and get rid of Dominic Sky, and some of the more crooked members of the staff, and then rebuild the con from the ground up with honest people. With honest and trustworthy people, and people that can be trusted. That's what I say that needs to be done for that convention. Because anyone goes to it as it is now next year, Abandon all hope, ye who enter here, enter there, is all I can say. And what is the problem with these loonies on Kick Vic? As much as I just say that for as much as I pity them and feel sorry for them, feel a great deal of compassion towards them, it's simple. I've stated a couple of times now, in reference to Assassin's Creed Unity, that the social justice lifestyle is a warning. The ideals of an SJW too easily erode into dogma, and that dogma corrodes into fanaticism. They are almost incapable of realizing when the path they walk carries too high a toll for them. Keyword being almost, as there are a few who initially sided with Kick Vic that have decided, who have backed off and have now hop shipped to being neutral, like Cassandra Lee Morris and Christina V, maybe, as they got a lot of backlash for it, from what I remember. As for the Aniplex Funimation merger, I am not liking it. Because there are a few Aniplex titles licensed by Viz Media. So, what's going to happen to titles like Your Lie in April, for example? Or FMA Original and Brotherhood? They're not going to go back under the The latter is not going to go back under the want to go back under the Funny umbrella. And if it goes back under the Funny umbrella, they're going to replace Vic as Ed in both versions in a quote-unquote reboot. Which I'm going to call bullshit on, I might want to point out. Now, as a way to make Vic a non-person. And unless this settlement goes smoothly tomorrow. Unless this mediation and settlement goes smoothly tomorrow. Because let's face it, at this point, we already know Vic is not getting his jobs back. The most he can hope for is for financial compensation is a financial compensation for the defamation, and at most getting a good chunk of his contracts for conventions renewed. Now, in about 6 weeks' time, he's going to be back in the Carolinas, but it'll be at a much smaller one-day convention, that I happen to have a little brochure for. Here it is. Holly Hill Comic-Con in Mabane, North Carolina. This will probably be the final time I might even get to see the sixth and final time I even get to see him. Because, let's face it, I've checked the Ichiban Con 11 guest list, he's not on it. Which is a sad thing to see considering that Vic has been a man who has served as the convention's linchpin since Ichiban Con 2. And he even missed out on Triad Con 2018 for one reason or another. And that was before this controversy hit him like a ton of... Before these bullshit allegations hit him like a ton of bricks early in January. Granted, I'm on the blacklist for both of those for shit I pulled last year, and unlike Vic, the evidence against me was legitimate. The evidence against me, that they have against me at these cons, is legitimate. And my father may have a connection at the Embassy Suites in Concord to try to get me back in the Ichiban Con, even if it's on a probationary visit this coming January. I mean, even if I behave, the odds are I'm not coming back anyway. But seriously, Vic deserves justice. Give him justice, Mr. Chubb. And I mean the justice that you should have given him last month. I stand with Vic now, then, and forever. And DragonCon, you can go fuck yourself in the ass. Not that I'd ever go to that con anyway. God bless. Smash the like button with all your strength. Subscribe to the channel. Leave a comment in the comment below. Goodbye and good night. Bang!